Hi everyone, my name is Zweili Salunke. I am studying Masters in Applied Data Science at Syracuse University, and today I'm going to discuss about artificial intelligence and its applications. My talk is divided into three main sections. Firstly, I'm going to discuss what is AI, its applications, what is AI all about. The next thing I'll share with you is about social media and how AI is making a deep impact on social media. Finally, we will discuss about it with an example and highlight few drawbacks. Sophia. Everyone knows Sophia, a social humanoid robot developed by Hong Kong-based company Hanson Robotics. She is the world's first robot citizen and the first robot innovation ambassador for the United Nations Development Programme. Sophia is now a household name with appearances on The Tonight Show and Good Morning Britain, in addition to speaking at hundreds of conferences around the world. As artificial intelligence becomes more of a global hot topic, Sophia is given more and more coverage. Well, why is she so important? Let's drill further. Let us first understand what is AI all about. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a wide ranging branch of computer science concerned with building smart machines capable of performing tasks that typically require human intelligence. AI is an interdisciplinary science with multiple approaches, but advancements in machine learning and deep learning are creating a paradigm shift in virtually every sector of the tech industry. How did it all start? It all started with mathematician Alan Turing. He changed history with a simple question: can machines think? Turing's paper, Computing Machinery and Intelligence of 1950, and its subsequent Turing test established the fundamental goal and vision of artificial intelligence. His well known Turing test specifies that computers need to complete reasoning puzzles as well as humans in order to be considered thinking in an autonomous manner. Turing was followed up a few years later by John McCarthy, who first used the term artificial intelligence to denote machines that could think autonomously. He described the threshold as getting a computer to do things which, when done by people, are said to involve intelligence. A computer program called Eugen Gutzman, which simulates a 13-year-old Ukrainian boy, is said to have passed the Turing test. This was what the conversation between the judge and the Eugen in that era. The event was organized by the University of Reading. Turing test is successfully passed if a computer is mistaken for a human more than 30% of the time during a series of 5-minute keyboard conversations. It remains impressive that Eugen had 33% of the judges he spoke to convinced of his humanity. Essence of artificial intelligence. Now, since the 1950s, scientists have argued over what constitutes thinking and intelligence and what is fully autonomous when it comes to hardware and software. Advanced computers such as IBM Watson already have beaten humans at chess and are capable of instantly processing enormous amounts of information. The essence of artificial intelligence is all about three qualities. Adaptability is the ability to learn and adapt as AI compile information and make decisions. Effective artificial intelligence must adjust as circumstances or conditions shift. This may involve alterations in financial situations, road conditions, environmental considerations, or military circumstances. AI must integrate these changes in its algorithms and make decisions on how to adapt to the new possibilities. The second most important quality is intentionality. Computers can be intentional by analyzing information in ways that augment humans or help them perform at a higher level. They are designed by humans with an intentionality and reach conclusions based on their instant analysis. Let's take an example. Financial algorithms can spot minute differentials in stock valuations and undertake market transactions that take advantage of that information. The same logic applies in environmental sustainability systems that use sensors to determine whether someone is in a room and automatically adjust heating, cooling, and lighting based on the information. The goal is to conserve energy and use resources in an optimal manner. And the third most important is intelligence. AI is often undertaken in conjunction with machine learning and data analytics, and the resulting combination enables intelligent decision making. Here is when data scientists come into picture. Machine learning takes data and looks for underlying trends. If it spots something that is relevant for a practical problem, software designers can take that knowledge and use with data analytics to understand specific issues. For example, let's take an example of autonomous vehicles. They can use machine to machine communications to alert other cars on the road about upcoming congestion, highway construction, or other possible traffic impediments. Vehicles can take advantage of the experience of other vehicles on the road without human involvement, and the entire corpus of their achieved experience is immediately and fully transferable to other similarly configured vehicles. Their advanced algorithms, sensors, and cameras incorporate experience in current operations and use dashboards and visual displays to present information in real time so human drivers are able to make sense of ongoing traffic and vehicle conditions. Rather than being mechanistic or deterministic in how the machines operate, AI software learns as it goes along and incorporates real world experience in its decision making. In this way, it enhances human performance and augments people's capabilities. Now that you're aware of the overview, let's talk about some AI applications, how it is applied in the real world. The very first that comes to our mind is automated customer support. For example, chatbots. Today, you'd hardly find an online store that doesn't offer at least one form of high tech customer support apart from the traditional support. Traditional support channels cost business a whopping amount of money and wastage of human resources that can be directed towards more intelligent and creative tasks otherwise. Chatbots increase user retention by sending reminders and notifications. They offer instant answers compared to human assistants, thus reducing response time. Chatbots provide upselling opportunities through personalized approach. The second most important um, application, I would say, is healthcare. From safeguarding patients' personal records against cyber criminals to assisting in surgeries, AI is doing it all. AI-enabled workflow assistants are aiding doctors free up their schedules, reducing time and cost. Also, AI-powered technology helps pathologists in analyzing tissue samples and thus in turn making more accurate diagnosis. Then it comes finance. The finance sector heavily relies on real-time reporting, accuracy, and processing of large volumes of quantitative data to make crucial decisions. Finance sector is quickly implementing machine learning, algorithmic trading, adaptive intelligence, chatbots, automation, etc. into an array of processes. Now, there are automated advisors powered by AI who are capable of predicting the best portfolio or stock based on preferences by scanning the market data. Another interesting application are smart cars and drones. Big names like Walmart and Amazon are already investing heavily in drone delivery programs, and it's likely to become prevalent soon. Autonomous vehicles are prime examples of how artificial intelligence is impacting the automotive industry. A large segment of autonomous vehicles are connected and thus able to share the learning with each other. With autonomous vehicles running on the roads and autonomous drones delivering the shipments, a significant amount of transportation and service related issues can be resolved faster and more effectively. Another application, which is quite important, is security and surveillance. Technologies like facial recognition and voice recognition are getting better with each passing day. It's just impossible for humans to constantly monitor multiple channels with feeds coming in from a huge number of cameras at the same time. But AI is making that possible. Image processing technology utilize the data science by raising the artificial intelligence. And of course, today's topic, social media. If Facebook isn't your thing, maybe it's Twitter or Snapchat or Instagram or any of the other available social media apps. The fact is, when you're using social media, a majority of your decisions are being influenced by artificial intelligence. From the notifications that you receive to feeds that you see in the timeline, everything is curated by AI. Your past web searches, interactions, behaviors, and everything else done by you during your visit to these websites tailor your experience accordingly. AI in social media. Taste the power of AI in social media marketing. How is AI used in social media? To understand it well, let us study how Facebook, a huge social media platform, uses AI. How has Facebook changed the way you live your life? Let's see. Facebook builds its business by learning about its users and packaging their data for advertisers. It then reinvests this money into offering us new, useful functionality, currently video and shopping, which it also uses to learn even more about us. Facebook uses deep learning. Deep learning techniques enable machines to learn to classify data by themselves. A simple example is a deep learning image analysis tool which would learn to recognize images which contain cats without specifically being told what a cat looks like. By analyzing a large number of images, it can learn from the context of the image what else is likely to be present in an image of a cat. What text or metadata might suggest that an image contains a cat. Applications of AI in used by Facebook. Textual analysis. Well, facial recognition, targeted advertising, and chatbots. Textual analysis. Facebook uses a tool it developed itself called Deep Text to extract meaning from words we post by learning to analyze them contextually. Neural networks analyze the relationship between words to understand how their meaning changes depending on other words around them. Because this is a semi-unsupervised learning, the algorithm do not necessarily have reference data, for example, a dictionary explaining the meaning of every word. Instead, it learns for itself based on how words are used. In addition to textual analysis, Facebook uses facial recognition. Facebook uses a deep learning application called DeepFace to teach it to recognize people in photos. It says that its most advanced image recognition tool is more successful than humans in recognizing whether two different images are of the same person or not, with DeepFace scoring a 97% success rate compared to humans with 96. And also target advertising. Facebook uses deep neural networks to decide which AdWords to show to which users. Its machines are tasked themselves to find out as much as they can about us and to cluster us together in the most insightful ways when serving us ads. Facebook uses advanced machine learning to do everything from serve you content to recognize your face in photos to target users with advertising. And of course, chatbots. Another important social media platform is LinkedIn. Let us understand how LinkedIn, a giant networking platform, uses AI. LinkedIn uses AI to offer job recommendations, suggest people you might like to connect with, and serving you specific posts in your feed. Deep learning for personalization and content understanding. LinkedIn combines machine learning with member intent signals, profile data, and information about a member's network, and can extensively personalize the recommendations and search results for its members. Deep learning methods can also capture nonlinear patterns in both temporal, sequential, and spatial data, in an effective fashion. LinkedIn employs three broad classes of deep learning methods for most of its natural language processing and computer vision tasks: the LSTM, the CNNs, and sequence to sequence models. It also employs canonical multi-layered perceptrons wherever necessary for some supervised learning task. A platform to train and deploy any AI model. They have a platform. Each AI system can only utilize certain types of data, a restriction that's dictated by features that are built into a module. These features describe different kinds of information that we might think be useful to make better recommendations. For example, your job title may be a feature that can be used to match you to new job opportunities down the road. LinkedIn built an AI automation platform called ProML that centrally manages the features and machine learning models for every engineering team at the company from one system. This system provides a single platform for the entire life cycle of developing, training, deploying, and testing machine learning models. Then there are taxonomists. LinkedIn have taxonomists who create taxonomies of titles and use machine learning models that then suggest ways that titles are related. Understanding these relationships allows LinkedIn to infer further skills for each member beyond what is listed on their profile. For instance, someone who has a set of machine learning skills also understands at least a subset of AI as well. LinkedIn's deep learning workflows extensively uses TensorFlow. Spark with Scala is used extensively for data processing, whereas Pig and Hive are used for data analytics. At LinkedIn, approach to AI is neither completely machine driven or nor completely human driven. It's a combination of the two. Similarly, let's look at other social media platforms. Say Instagram, one of the most popular social media platform, has personalized feed for its users. Instagram offers personalized feed which shows you posts from the people you care about the most. Another useful AI-based filter is a spam filter. It has the ability to eliminate fake messages written in 9 different languages. Once it detects spam, it automatically removes it from the user's direct messages. And of course, ad targeting, as we discussed before. Twittering Twitter uses Twitter AI to identify racist content and hate speech or content from extremist group using algorithms to flag up tweets using hate speech or promoting terrorist activities. Twitter also currently uses neural networks to crop photos to maximize the aesthetic output. To do this, machine learning studies eye tracking. Eye tracking records what area people look at first in a picture, meaning AI can understand which part of a photo is most appealing. Twitter has started implementing this technology to prevent images from being awkwardly cropped to enhance timeline photos. Pinterest. PinSage, an advanced recommendation deep learning based framework, is used for ad and shopping recommendations within the social network. The framework uses a graph convolutional network to learn things about pins or nodes in a web scale graphs. Each pin is associated with an image and a set of textual annotations such as the title and description. Using Tesla GPUs and TensorFlow deep learning framework, the team trained their graph convolutional network on approximately 18 terabytes of data or 7.5 billion examples on a graph with 3 billion nodes representing pins and votes. Pinterest stated that pin embeddings are essential to various tasks like the recommendation of pins, including dynamic pins like those for ads and shopping, classification, clustering, and even re ranking. Such tasks are fundamental to Pinterest key services like related pins, search, shopping, and ads. Model relies on this graph information to provide the context and allows Pinterest to disambiguate pins that are visually similar but semantically different. And of course, YouTube. On the other hand, YouTube looks for what people watch or don't watch, impressions versus plays. How much time people spend watching your video, watch time or attention, how quickly a video popularly snowballs or doesn't, like view velocity, rate of growth, how new a video is, how often a channel uploads new video, how much time people spend on the platform, likes, dislikes, and shares. Also, Snapchat leverages the power of computer vision and AI technology to track your features and overlay filters that move with your face in real time. Across all the social media platforms, AI and machine learning are regulating how the content you create and the ads you buy are placed in front of users, often in ways that aren't entirely transparent to marketers. This is all to say that AI is a fundamental part of how today's social network works. However, that doesn't mean marketers can't leverage AI for social media. In fact, AI is being used in many commercially available social media marketing tools across a number of use cases. Here are a few top ways of how social media marketers can use and start using AI, machine learning, and intelligent automation technologies. But before, let us understand what is social media marketing. Social media marketing is a use of social media platforms to connect with your audience to build your brand, increase sales, and drive website traffic. Social media marketing refers to the use of social media platforms to identify and connect with key audiences in a meaningful way. How can marketers harness the power of AI? Let us start with few topics. Targeted advertising, as we discussed before. Advertising campaign goal is to ensure that it reaches right people with the right context. AI can perform this role to a large extent. Social media managers simply have to define their campaign by identifying buyer segments, target audience, budgets, returns, and other key performance indicators. AI will be able to adjust placement using algorithms that analyze a visitor's behavior. It can perform complex combinations like focusing on high value customers based on real time feedback. When a customer gets advertisements relevant to his recent searches about a product, there are high chances that it will convert into a sale. AI is the answer to make advertisements relevant to your target customers. Then comes content creation. Do you think you could have read articles written by machines? That's highly possible. AI has gone beyond just numbers and has made it possible to generate articles. Natural language generation is a software capable of processing data into text. Companies such as AP and Deloitte use AI to generate reports, summaries, and recaps, thereby saving huge amount of time and resources. Social media marketing companies are under constant pressure to offer high value content to their customers to keep them engaged. AI can transform data into well summarized articles. The content generated using AI is difficult to differentiate from human written content. Coca Cola is a good example where AI has been used for content creation. You not only need to create content that is relevant, reflects brand communication, but also is made in such a way as to grab the attention of the customer instantly. Then comes content optimization. An example can be the New York Times. They have done something interesting with it. They internally built an app that they call Blossom that works within Slack. It's an intelligent bot that uses story engagement data to help them decide which of the 300 odd stories they have in a given day deserves promotion or a higher amount of focus. Several companies have already started using AI to create and optimize content, like the Washington Post, BBC, USA Today, and many others. Then comes influencer marketing. It's imperative that brands have more intelligence into how they associated with certain influencers, making sure that they are a fit for the brand's DNA. There's a predictive quality about that, and we are seeing companies in the influencer market space start to employ AI to make that match a little stronger than would have been otherwise by pure human curation. An example in this category is Insightful, a platform that searches through more than 600 million influencers across social media spectrum to find influencers who fit a brand's unique characteristic, personality, and goals. what is influencer marketing? A decrease in the number of people watching TV and the rise of ad blockers are increasing the growth of this industry, thus affirming that word of mouth is highly efficient kind of marketing in this digital age. However, digital marketers know better than to invest blindly in influencers. They are looking for better ROIs, return on investments. Machine learning uses artificial neural networks to categorize image and video content, even though it may not be accompanied with metadata or hashtags. This enables the process of matching influencers with brands based on their personas. Using NLP, natural language processing, machine learning based marketing tools can make more sense of the video content posted by the influencers, helping brands identify right brand advocates and also stay in the know regarding how the brand messaging is being done by the influencer. ANNs can be trained to analyze past performances to develop the most beneficial incentive system for influencers. Machine learning helps fight the biggest problem with influencer marketing: influencers with fake followers and those inflating their performance via adding their fake followers to a brand's account. ML machine learning help brands understand who is talking about their brand and what they're saying about it, helping them provide actionable insights to influencers. Let me illustrate this by showing a simple example. Let us understand the data first. Each data point describes two individuals. Pre-computed standardized features based on Twitter activity, such as volume of interactions, number of followers, etc., is provided for an individual. This is a data set provided by Kaggle. The discrete label represents a human judgment about which one of the individuals is more influential. Over here, 0 means B is more influential than A. A label 1 means A is more influential than B. This is the trained data with 23 columns, and this is the test data with 22 columns. The problem is to train a machine learning model which, for a pair of individuals, predict the human judgment on who is more influential with high accuracy. The trained data consists of 23, as I said before, columns, and the test data consists of 22. Let us see a simple machine learning process. Here we are using random forest classifier. Random forest is a supervised learning algorithm. It can be used both for classification and regression. It is also the most flexible and easy to use algorithm. A forest is comprised of trees. It is said that the more trees it has, the more robust a forest is. Random forest creates decision trees on randomly selected data samples, gets prediction from each tree, and selects the best solution by means of voting. It also provides a pretty good indicator of the feature importance. Random Forest has a variety of applications such as recommendation engines, image classification, and feature selection. Over here, we are using Random Forest classifier to indicate who is more influential for a pair of individuals. The machine learning process starts by defining and training the model. Then we test the model. Then we get predictions.csv file in terms of 0 and 1. A machine learning model for which a pair of individuals predicts a human judgment on who is more influential. This was a small example on machine learning and how classifiers are used for certain problems. Let's talk about the drawbacks of AI, especially in social media. These are like two classic examples which I found while I was surfing. The very first is Microsoft's AI chatbot corrupted by Twitter roles. Microsoft made big headlines when they announced their new chatbot. Writing with slang-laden voice of teenager, they could automatically reply to people and engage in casual and playful conversation on Twitter. The name Tay grew from Microsoft's efforts to improve their conversational understanding. To that end, They used machine learning and AI. As more people talked with they, Microsoft claimed the chatbot would learn how to write more naturally and hold better conversations. But less than 24 hours after Tay launched, internet trolls had thoroughly corrupted the chatbot's personality. The image the image shows the first tweet and the tweet that was posted later by Tay. By flooding the bot with deluge of racist, misogynistic, and anti-Semitic tweets, Twitter users turned Tay into a mouthpiece of a terrifying ideology. Microsoft claimed that their training process for Tay included relevant public data that had been clean and filtered. But unfortunately, it wasn't, and Microsoft pulled the plug on their unfortunate AI chatbot. Another failure was Amazon AI for recruitment. Amazon's AI for recruitment. Amazon launched its AI and in 2015, company realized its new system was not rating candidates for software developer jobs and other technical posters in a gender neutral way. That is because Amazon's computer models were trained to vet applicants by observing patterns in resumes submitted to the company over a 10-year period. Most came from men, a reflection of male dominance across the tech industry. Artificial intelligence and machine learning have a huge bias problem, or rather, they have a huge problem with bias. How did this AI fail happen? In short, Amazon trained their AI on engineering job applicant resumes, and then they benchmarked that training data set against current engineering employees. So, from its training data, Amazon's AI for recruitment learned that candidates who seemed whiter and more male were more likely to be good fits for engineering jobs. These were two examples of how the curation of data plays an important role in AI. What kind of data, cleaning the data, checking for consistencies, and all such efforts are very important. Other drawbacks include content misinterpretation, suppression of diverse or even unpopular speech. Let's talk about content misinterpretation. AI is able to target a certain string of keywords and cuts down on the manual time Facebook spends reviewing reported content. But there's still a chance that the social network can misinterpret that content and reject postings that aren't offensive at all. Regulating content could create profitable opportunities for competing social media platforms that are open to free content. It might delete the profitable content as well. Suppression of diverse speech. AI is created by humans. All of us have biases and points of view. The creator of AI will surely define extremists in accord with their particular beliefs or those they believe to be beneficial to the employer. In a nutshell, with all the disadvantages and advantages into consideration, conscious efforts should be made to leverage the capabilities of artificial intelligence towards noble cause of easing the lives of humanity, rather than gaining the reins to dictate humanity. In an effort to make artificial intelligence socially beneficial, it should encompass a comprehensive privacy policy. And that brings to the end of the presentation. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for your interest and attention. I leave you with an interesting application of AI. Thank you once again.